Hey friends, we are almost through our series on creating a product start to finish in Subtrio. We've created our products, we've created offers for them, we've created a payment product, we've done our emails, we've done our funnels. The end is in sight, I promise, okay? So the last piece of the puzzle is creating an automation called a workflow. So this is one of my favorite features in Subtrio because it lets us automate processes that take us time, right? That take time out of our day. And when we can automate those, we can use our time to either work on other things or spend time with your family or your dog or whatever it is you like to do, okay? So let's come down here to automation. All right. And you have several workflows in here automatically, and we're actually not going to use any of those. You're welcome to delete these all if you want to. You can save them and look at them another day, but this is going to be a simple, quick, easy workflow specifically for product sales, okay? So let's start by coming up here and clicking on Create Workflow. Now, they have a lot of, they call them recipes. They have a lot of recipes that you can look at here. I don't even go there. Most of these are not something that you need to use right away. Okay, so we're just going to start from scratch. Click Continue. Now, the first thing I want you to do is name your workflow. Again, ask me how I know. I've done this multiple times and forget to rename my workflow, and then I'm looking for it and it's just like I have no idea where it is. So this is going to be our test product sales workflow. Okay. Now I am sure that there are hundreds of different ways to set up your workflows. I know that for a fact. But this is a simple and quick and easy one to set up when you're selling a product and you just want to get your customer the information that they need and don't do anything crazy, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is what we call add a workflow trigger. Now, the trigger is called a trigger for a reason, okay? If we're using that analogy, the trigger is what allows this workflow to fire, okay? So when this trigger happens, it's going to tell the system, hey, this thing happened, so you need to do this, okay? So let's click on add new trigger, and there are a lot of triggers that you can utilize, okay? We're not going to go over all of them. We're just going to use the one we need for this purpose. So the one we need for this purpose is order form submission. Okay, and this is going to be the test product order form submission. And I always name my triggers just to keep things organized so I know what I've done and I don't have to go in and look and try to figure it all out. And then we're going to click on add filters. So the first thing we're going to do is click on in funnel / website. Now we built our test product funnel, right? So we can assume, or not assume, that's the one we're going to use. So we're just going to click on test product funnel. Then we're going to add another filter, and it's going to be pages, and it's going to be the sales page, okay? And then add filter, product is test product offer, okay? Now, if you want to, you can come down here and click on submission type, and you can choose sale, and that is fine. If, however, you're going to be having people use a coupon for this product that will make it $0, now that's not the way I want you to do a freebie product, okay? If for some reason you're going to be like, you have this product and you want this person to have it for free or whatever, if you have this on here, the workflow is not going to trigger, okay? So for the most part, I just leave that off. So click on Save Trigger. Now our trigger is set up to fire this workflow anytime someone submits our test product order form that is in our funnel on our sales page, okay? So then we are going to add a few things, do a few things for this customer, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is called, and anytime you want to add something to your workflow, you just click this plus button. And this one is called Membership Grant Offer. Now remember, we talked about this before, just because it's called membership doesn't mean that it's going to be an actual membership, okay? All of our products are included under the membership area in Subtrio. And so when we click on Membership Grant Offer, that also means product grant offer, okay? Okay, so do you remember earlier when we created the offer for our product and I told you that that is how you were going to actually deliver your product to your customers? Well, that is where this comes into play, okay? So we choose offer, we choose the offer that we made for our test product, and then we click save. Now, when someone buys this course and this product and this workflow triggers, it is going to automatically put that product into their membership dashboard, okay? The next thing we need to do, I always like to tag people. Like, I'm a big proponent of that. That's up to you if you want to, how much tagging you want to do. But I am a firm believer that I would rather be more organized when it comes to this, because your future self will thank you, I promise. So I add a tag. So let's type in tag, and we want to add contact tag. And we use tags like to email our people in the future and things like that. So, and let's select our tag. Now, if you don't have any tags, that's fine. All we have to do is type in what we want, and then we'll click Add New Tag. So I'm just gonna put test product purchase, and then I'm gonna click on Add New Tag, and it automatically creates that tag for me. And then I'm gonna put it in here in the action name, so I know what tag I'm adding. Okay, and then we're just going to save action. All right, next up, we are going to email them. Okay, so type in email, and we're going to click on send email. Now, if you did not have an email template created, you actually could come in here and fill out all this information and create your email in here. Obviously, it's not as user-friendly as our email template, our email editor, so that's why I like to create my templates. And then I can simply just click here and click the template that we made specifically for this purpose. It auto-populates all these fields, and all we have to do is click on Save Action. All right, and then the next thing I want to do is, and this is up to you, you can choose to send yourself an internal notification anytime somebody purchases, anytime this workflow triggers, we can set it to send this an email. So if you click on internal notification and then email using custom values, and don't worry about this warning, I don't have my email set up quite properly for this. It's just a testing account, so I didn't worry about it too much. You shouldn't get that error message unless your email is actually messed up. So I just do, and you can actually create a template for this also, but I usually just create one in here. So it's going to come from me, come from my email. Okay, and then we're going to do select user type and custom email, and then you would just type in like your email address, and then your subject can be whatever you want to. This could be like, hey, someone bought your product. And then you can come down here and just be like, this person bought your product. Woohoo. I always like to add a custom value, and I use contact, full name, and then contact, email address. Again, this step is completely optional. If you want the notification, great. If you don't, just skip this part. I'm sure at some point, if you're getting hundreds of notifications in a day, they would get old. So that's that option for you. Okay, so for this workflow, we have our trigger set up. It's going to be our order form submission, and I'm actually going to edit this to say paid because we're going to do a freebie workflow here in a minute too. So we can remember that. So we have our trigger set up. We granted them the offer, which is one of the most important parts here for you to do. I tagged them because I like to use tags just to keep everybody organized. We sent them their welcome email, and I sent an internal notification to myself letting me know that somebody purchased this product. Now, you can stop right here with this workflow and it will be perfectly fine. You can do some other things where, like, you can send them into a new, like, if they're new to your business, you can send them into a workflow where they get like a welcome nurture sequence series of emails to help kind of nurture them along. You can do so much stuff here, but this is enough for this workflow. It's served its purpose. Your customer has received the stuff that they need. The one last thing that you need to do, well, technically the two next things you need to do is click on publish, because we want to make sure this is live, because if it is in draft mode, it is not going to work, and then we want to save, okay? A couple little things in here real quick. If you come in to enrollment history, that's going to give you a list of the people that have gone through this workflow. Execution logs is going to show you where they are in the process, like what steps they've been through and if they failed or succeeded, etc. And you do have a settings option here that you can look through. Probably the one you would use the most is allow reentry, but it's not really applicable for this workflow, so we're not even going to worry about these right now, okay? All right, so we have this saved, and we can go back to our workflows, and that is how you create a simple a paid product workflow to get your customers their product, get them a welcome email. Oh, and the other thing is, you might be asking, well, how are they going to log in? They don't have that information. Remember, we created those emails earlier in the series that are auto sent from Subtrio to someone when they sign up for a product. And so as soon as they sign up for this, they're going to get an email that says, hey, here's your login information. And then they're also going to get an email as soon as the offer gets granted to them that says, hey, you've got access to this product. So they're going to get all that information automatically. You don't even have to worry about it. So, all right, we are going to work on a free product in the next video, so I will see you there.